All right, what's going on? Well, tonight we got something a little interesting, and I'll explain it a bit. So, I've been wanting to run my squonk for a minute. This is just a regular old Vandy vape squonk, but it's got the ultim colored panels on it, and basically it's a beater. It's a really nice beater, but it's a beater. I enjoy it. But my problem is it's hard to find an RDA that matches that color. And then I went digging through my collection and I found something. This is the Requiem, created by El Mono Vapeador. El Mono Vapeador. And it is also made by Vandy Vape. Is everything that comes in here. There is one thing in here that didn't come in here because, well, I get a lot of my stuff secondhand. So I will show you what that is and we will go from there. Yeah, here we go. All right. So what we have here tonight is the Vandy Vape Requiem, created by. Let's see if I can get y'all down here where y'all can see it. Yep, created by El Mono Vapeador. This packaging is a little annoying, but it doesn't come out. So I've just been bending it over. Well, there's your deck. And I have been using this. It's actually a new Twisted Timmy coil in there, but it's rather nice. See if I can get a good picture of it. There we go. All right, let's throw this on a build stand real quick. I was going to throw this on my Alien, but I figured I think it'd look a lot nicer on this. So here's the build deck, and it's rather nice looking. Simple, single coil, bottom fed, as you can see right there. And it's set up like a lot of your billet bridges are now. But this is a 3mm in here. You could run a 2.5. I run a 3 in this because it is an unregulated squawk mod. So, but that's enough about the deck. Let's go over these other parts we have here. You have a beauty ring, a side panel cover with the logo on there. You have one airflow cap, two airflow caps, and three airflow caps. This one was missing the drip tip when I acquired it, and it's a little wet because I just washed it and cleaned it. But this was missing, and I just happened to have an Ultim drip tip, which looks rather nice on top of it. There's supposed to be a black one to match these. See if I can get all three of them in the picture. But yeah, there's supposed to be a black one to match it, but I think the Ultim on the Ultim looks really nice. Now we'll go over all these here in a second. But you also get in this box, you get QC card, Come on. You get instruction manual. You get coil jig, Barbie screwdriver, tons of O-rings, and a solid pin. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you get a solid pin. Yep, you get a solid pin in case you want to run it on a regular. And then you get more screws. You can't call them grub screws. They're actually flathead screws, and they're pretty decent flathead screws. But what else we got down here? Oh yeah, and you get the different colors of them. Now this is an older one, rather old. A few years, I say. A few years, I say. So let's zoom back out. Let's put all this stuff back in here. Put the peripheral pouch back in here. We'll put the QC back down on the bottom. And there's that. All right, so let's run over our airflows. These are pretty interesting, I guess you'd say, because you can adjust the airflow infinitely. You can do mouth to lung, restricted direct lung, and, well, less restricted direct lung. There is really no like open on these because these little ports right here blow down right next to the coil. And there's actually a groove in the base where they sit. If you look, right here, there's a groove where these little nubs right here actually sit down into these channels. Let's see if I can get it from the top view here. Let's see if I can get y'all down there. There you go. Yeah, now if you see right inside of here, they sit down inside of that channel and they blow right underneath that coil. Right there. And they literally just blow right underneath that coil. And we're going to wick this up and we're going to put it on our squonk box, and we're going to get some runs out of it. But yeah, this is the biggest restricted direct lung that they have in the box. And when I say you can adjust this, they have this. This is the ring that goes around it. That's what that O-ring right there is for. And basically you line up these holes right here and you push it all the way down, but you can adjust this over to block some of that hole off, because there's no set in here. The only set is aligning sets is these two nubs onto the actual notches of the base. So, but I like to run mine open, and we'll go ahead and push that down. See how it's off a little bit. We'll just like that. Push it up. And that airflow is, oh, we're off a little bit. There you go. Yeah. These holes are a lot smaller. Let's see if I can get y'all in there the way I can see that. You see that hole right there? Really small. And they just progressively get bigger. This has got two holes in it. And then this one is, oh, I already got it on there, but that one's like wide open. About as open as you can get. Two holes, single hole. And these drip tips do come out. I haven't ever taken them out. but there's an O-ring there for them to come out. There's an O-ring right there. And I think this is going to be a 510. This is going to be in between a 510. Oh no, that's still going to be a 510. And this is an 810. If I got my terminology correct. But we're going to go ahead and put these back in the box, and we're going to keep this out. We'll go ahead and put that on because that's where we're going to need it. And I lucked out with this one. This one is actually the original drip tip for this, and it came with the Vandy Vape dual coil RDA on it, and it was nice, but it was prone to leaking if you over squonk. This isn't as bad. It will still leak if you over squonk, but it's not as bad because it literally has to go up the channel. Now, this is the beauty ring because it would look good on here without it. I mean, you wouldn't have much overhang. You wouldn't have any overhang, but with the beauty ring on there, it just brings it almost to the edge, and it just looks so much better. Just a little bit of color goes right to the edge. Yeah, so let's throw some cotton in here. We'll fill up our squonk because I'm going to be using this tomorrow, and we'll put it together. So let's get down here where we can see. There we go. Autofocus is being a pain in my neck today. All right. Well, on this one, we're going to be using cotton bacon because this is a 3mm inner diameter. We'll snip some off. And what I like to do is I'll take this and I'll flare it out a little bit. No, it doesn't take much cotton in this one. And we're not going to need that much cotton. Jeez Louise. I'm going to take that much off. And we'll twist it back down. There we go. Those fibers will line up. We'll twist it back down just like that right there. And we will slide it through. And we'll twist it as we slide it. And then we'll get right there and we'll go back and forth. Just like we always do. Look at that, nice and slidey. Right there. And what I like to do is I will cut these flush with the base right there. We'll move all of our scraps out of the way. Then we'll take this and I'll just flare it out. Rake it out some, thin it out. Not really thinning it out, but there we go. I had to fix the auto adjustment. I apologize. There we go. That looks so much better. I'll get it, flare out, and get all the flat looking pieces from where I cut it, and we'll break it out just like that. And then I'll take and trim off the little excess. There we go. Should look something like that. And then I'll take and I'll tuck. And the only thing that I like to do is I like to make sure that this channel right here is clear. So I'll just tuck. See how that channel's not clear? I'll take it, I'll tuck it back down in there, go backwards with it. Just like that. Should look something about like that. Something close. I'll stick my tweezers underneath in between, my scissors in between here and tuck it back underneath. Because your juice is going to come out of that hole that's right there. So you just want a little bit so it hits, little bit so it hits, little bit so it hits. And that cotton will soak it right up. And what we're going to be running in today's is, I'm going to be running some Twisted Timmys in there. Just so y'all can get a good look at it. That's what we're going to be running. And I just like to wet the coil before I put it on there. Just to give it a little pre-soak. Let it run. Tilt it around. There we go. Take it off the base. We'll zoom out a touch. We'll throw it on this Vandy Vape Pulse. Now this is a fully mech swung. And what I'll do is I'll drop a little more on there and I'll touch it. See it soaking up? Wait, let me get it all back down here. There we go. See, I'll throw a little bit on there. Hit the button, it'll soak it right up. There we go. All right. So we're going to take our cap. We're going to find our channels here and here, and we're going to line them up. All right, I think we're going to have to do it without the strip tip on it. I think that's going to be it right there. Because if you don't get it right, it will not go all the way down. And you can force it down and break something. So, but now it's not wanting to rock down. So, yeah, see, it's off now. Turn it a little bit, and there we go. That should take care of that. See? Once you get them lined up in there, it sits nice and flush. But we forgot something. We're going to put the drip tip on there. And that's what it looks like without that ring on there. See how you got that gap right there? Ooh, we're going to take this off. We're going to put this over this. And I think this might, yeah, it says Requiem right there. You can actually, doop. Not that it's going to much matter here in a few minutes. But I might be able to get it. Loosen that up. Turn that bottom plate a little bit. Nope, I don't want too much. It'll be all right. And that's what it looks like when it's on there. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh, that is so good. I just went ahead and dripped down the center because I don't have anything in the swamp bottle as of right now. All right, so let's zoom out so I can show y'all how I fill them. This is your squonk bottle. This is not the one that comes with this. This actually come out of a Voorhees squonk. And I like this squonk bottle so much better. So much better. And it fits rather nice in that little square one. This originally come with a little round one, and it was too soft to push. But what I do is I'll slide that tip over the end of that bottle just like that. And I will turn it upside down, squeeze the bottle, and then I will flip everything over and just let it gravity pull it down. And with it down like that, that suction will actually pull the liquid out of the bottle and into the squonk bottle. So now I just sit there and wait for it to pop back out. See how it's all deformed? If you give it a second, there you go. Right before your eyes, it just filled up that bottle. And I do it twice just to make sure I get enough in there. Just let it rest. And it'll actually, let's see if I can get it this time. I'm not squeezing, I'm just waiting. You watch right there. It should pop, just like that. And that bottle is 3/4 of the way full. I'll flip it upside down, let the air come out of it naturally, and I will pinch that, pull it off, and then I will slide it right on that. And there's that. Let's see. I don't know if I might be able to get y'all down here to see it. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze it. You see the liquid coming up? And then the good thing about this is when you let go of that bottle, that fluid will go right back down in there. Let's see. Oh, that might be easier to see. Hold on. All right. No, that is still wet. Jeez. There we go. Now she's nice and dry. But now it's really smoky. Oh, not really. It actually smells and tastes really good. All right, let's do this. I'm going to push the bottle. And you should see that fluid come up right next to that coil. You see it right there? And that cotton start to get saturated. Coil get wet again, and we are good to go again. If you want a full breakdown on how these work, I have quite a few. I have my Twisted Timmy's. There it is. I have my Armageddon Manufacturing Thin Red Line. I have a few of these. So if you'd like a breakdown, and every one of these are mech. If you'd like a breakdown on how these work, I've got no problem doing that. You just got to let me know down in the comments. This is an 18650. These are two 21700s. And this one I rather enjoy. This one's really nice when I'm going out places. That distressed look on it. I just need to find an RDA to go on top of this one. That'll look really good. So if you got any comments, I laid that in juice, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, if you got any comments about which RDA I should put on there, put it down in the comments. Let me know. But that's this week's video. I will see y'all back here next week, and I think we're gonna do probably something old school again, because I don't really see too many, RDAs anymore, or tanks at all. All I'm seeing is, well, Boros. And I like Boros. They're nice. They're convenient. But you just can't get the cloud you can off of these. And the flavor is unmatched. Oof. But yeah, I think it looks really good together. A little matchy-matchy. It's a little off. This is a little darker than this, but it looks good. That's it. Thank y'all for coming to hang out with Blue Collar Bastard. And I will see y'all again next week here on the Vape'n Bastard channel.